to seekers of the truth, the hidden connections of Yahuah, Yahusha, and the fallen ones. Greetings, seekers of the truth. Today, we delve into ancient and complex topics connecting Yahuah and Yahusha with the shadowed histories of the Anunnaki, Orishas, and the ancient deities, and their evolution into the reptilian and hybrid forces of our world today. These are mysteries wrapped in history, stretching back to the days before humankind's recorded history, resonating through our faith and deeply impacting the spiritual journey of those seeking Yahuah's truth. The foundation of creation, Yahuah and Yahusha's original design. From the beginning, Yahuah, the Most High, established creation in perfect harmony. The heavens and the earth came to be as reflections of his holy purpose, with Yahusha, the Word made flesh, as the true embodiment of his teachings and guidance. Humanity was designed to have a direct relationship with Yahuah, one of purity, obedience, and unbroken fellowship. Yahuah warned his people about spiritual entities that would aim to deceive. And in these warnings, we find the roots of the beings who would come to twist his creation. This warning also echoes through the scriptural warnings about gods, or mighty ones, that later generations would worship, unknowingly or willingly turning from Yahuah's light. The fallen ones and the Anunnaki. In ancient texts, we read of the fallen ones, angels who rebelled against Yahuah's order and descended to earth. These beings, also referred to in the book of Enoch as watchers, abandoned their heavenly posts and began to influence humanity in dark and deceptive ways. One of their greatest deceptions came with the introduction of occult knowledge, sciences, and forbidden spiritual practices that led humanity away from Yahuah's wisdom. The Sumerian mythos refers to these beings as the Anunnaki, portrayed as gods who came from the heavens to grant knowledge and prosperity. In truth, however, the Anunnaki were fallen beings with a corrupt mission to blend their essence with humanity and undermine Yahuah's design. Through interbreeding with humans, they produced Nephilim hybrids, powerful beings who altered human history and influenced the spiritual practices of generations. Orishas, the pantheon of spirits, and the deceptive divine. In West African spiritual traditions, the Orishas are revered as gods, embodying various forces and aspects of nature. While many cultures view them as helpful spirits, we must discern that they, like the Anunnaki, represent a form of fallen influence that has infiltrated spirituality and culture. The power behind these spirits may trace back to the same rebellion against Yahuah. Though cultural respect often surrounds the worship of the Orishas, the purpose of these entities is to distract humanity from the true source of life, Yahuah. This fragmentation of spiritual focus has led countless souls away from the message of Yahusha and toward divided devotion, where the truth is shrouded in layers of myth, folklore, and ritualistic traditions, evolution into reptilian and hybrid entities. Ancient lore across the world holds stories of serpent-like gods and reptilian beings, symbols found in texts, carvings, and myths. These descriptions point toward an evolution of the fallen one's influence. The reptilian archetype represents a calculated, cold power that manipulates and undermines. Today, conspiracy theories and hidden histories describe these beings as having infiltrated world powers and industries to continue their ancient agenda of deceit. The reptilian hybrid entities we hear of today align with the fallen one's strategy to intermingle and camouflage their essence within humanity. Such theories serve as modern reflections of the ancient Nephilim and the spiritual hybrids first recorded in Genesis. The deception is to confuse humanity into false beliefs, leading them to power structures and ideologies that ultimately veer away from Yahuah's truth. Yahusha, the light in the darkness. Through Yahusha, the true path to Yahuah remains accessible. Yahusha came to reveal the Father's heart, shatter the lies of these fallen entities, and restore humanity's broken relationship with Yahuah. The power in Yahusha's sacrifice and resurrection lies in his victory over these forces, exposing the deceptions that have gripped humanity since the days of Eden. Yahusha offers a relationship rooted in truth, clarity, and eternal salvation that no Anunnaki, Orisha, or reptilian hybrid can mimic. He is the door through which we enter into the knowledge of Yahuah, gaining wisdom that transcends earthly and spiritual deceits. The call for discernment in a confusing age. Seekers of the truth, we are called to be wise, discerning, and vigilant. The fallen ones will continue their deceptions, but the light of Yahuah shines brighter for those who seek him wholeheartedly. In Scripture, we are equipped with warnings, guidance, and the true path. Be wary of spiritual practices that divert your focus from Yahuah, and remember that no other power rivals his. The forces that have masqueraded as gods, spirits, and powerful beings have been exposed by Yahusha's truth. Stand firm in the knowledge that these forces, however ancient or culturally revered, will never replace the authority and love of Yahuah. By choosing Yahusha, you are aligning with Yahuah's original design and breaking free from the hidden influence of these fallen entities. May Yahuah bless you with wisdom, and may you continue to seek the truth that liberates. Here are several scriptural references and passages from both the Bible and some apocryphal or extra-biblical texts that align with these themes. These passages point toward the origins of humanity's struggles with fallen beings, Yahuah's sovereignty, and Yahusha's purpose in bringing us back to Yahuah's truth. The origin of the fallen angels and their influence on humanity. Genesis 6-1-4. When human beings began to increase in number on the earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of Elohim saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days and also afterward, when the sons of Elohim went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. Book of Enoch, 1 Enoch 6-1-2. And it came to pass when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters. And the angels, the children of heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said to one another, Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men, and beget us children. 1 Enoch 7-1-2. This passage describes the knowledge that the fallen ones, called the Watchers, brought to humanity, and they taught them charms and enchantments, and the cutting of roots, and made them acquainted with plants. And there arose much godlessness, and they committed fornication, and they were led astray and became corrupt in all their ways, fallen entities and worldly idols and other spirits. Deuteronomy 32 minutes and 17 seconds. They sacrificed to demons that were no gods, to gods they had never known, to new gods that had come recently, whom your fathers had never dreaded. This passage speaks to how fallen beings influenced pagan worship, drawing people away from Yahuah. 1 Corinthians 10:20-21. No, but the sacrifices of pagans are offered to demons, not to Elohim, and I do not want you to be participants with demons. You cannot drink the cup of the Yah and the cup of demons too. You cannot have a part in both the Yahuah's table and the table of demons. Paul warns believers that involvement with other deities and spiritual practices invites demonic influence. Serpent, reptilian archetype, and hidden control, Genesis 3-1-5. Now the serpent was more crafty than any of the wild animals Yahuah Elohim had made. He said to the woman, Did Elohim really say, You must not eat from any tree in the garden? The serpent, often considered a representation of Satan, embodies deceit and rebellion, leading to humanity's fall. Apocalypse of Abraham 23-610. This lesser-known text describes beings similar to serpent or reptilian archetypes, and includes visions of a deceptive creature trying to lead Abraham away from Yahuah's truth. Yahusha's role in exposing the fallen powers and restoring humanity, Colossians 2:15. And having disarmed the powers and authorities, he made a public spectacle of them, triumphing over them in it. Yahusha's sacrifice defeated the dark spiritual forces and authorities that operate behind worldly idols and deceptions. 1 John 3-8. The one who does what is sinful is of the devil, because the devil has been sinning from the beginning. The reason the Son of Elohim appeared was to destroy the devil's work. Yahusha's mission includes exposing and breaking the stronghold of the devil and the fallen angels over humanity. Gospel of Philip, Nag Hammadi texts. The Gospel of Philip speaks of powers and archons, rulers, trying to blind people from spiritual truth, but that Yahusha's teachings lead one back to Yahuah and the light of truth. Call for discernment and follow in Yahuah's true path. Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. This reminder is for believers to understand that the true battle is spiritual, and the forces at work are often unseen but real. Testament of Solomon. This text describes Solomon's interactions with various demonic forces, offering insights into the deceptive nature of fallen spirits and the importance of seeking wisdom from Yahuah to overcome them. John 8:32. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Yahusha promises that seeking and knowing Yahuah's truth liberates us from all forms of spiritual deception. Concluding thoughts. The battle between Yahuah's truth and the deception of fallen beings has spanned centuries, taking many forms. By grounding ourselves in Scripture and learning from these additional insights, we can deepen our discernment and align more closely with Yahuah and Yahusha. In the end, every seeker of the truth is invited to walk in the light of Yahuah, liberated by Yahusha's victory over these dark forces. May these scriptures and verses guide you in your journey, seekers of the truth. With love and peace, Divina Gloria.